Dr. Umar about his reactions to it. And Steve Harvey saying Dr. Umar paid him $10,000 to speak on behalf of Kamala Harris, stuff like that. Let's get into this right now without further hesitation or reservation. You're going to get my honest opinion. You already hate me, so it ain't going to be nothing different. I love Kamala Harris. I don't know what it is with us black men wanting to go on TV and demasculate ourselves with all this crying and boo-hooing and all this other shit. It's just beyond me. But he's right. Dr. Umar's right. And if they were paid to do something like that, you selling your own people up the river, you know. So that's not a good thing. But let's see what else he's got to say. See what else he's got to say. He said the Democratic plantation. That's Dr. Umar's words, not mine, because y'all went in on me when I went to News Nation. They said the Democratic plantation. Good to see I ain't the only one that know. Real African DNA. That's what the man said. Real African DNA. I ain't for sale. It's gonna get deep. So you can offer Steve Harvey 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, a million, a billion. So you are for sale, is what you saying. You are for sale for the right amount of money to sell your people up the river, even though you know that the Democratic plantation is out and about. So is that what you're saying? I don't understand why you said that, Steve. That's weird to me. That's weird. That's weird. Like, you'll do anything for money. You had the same conversation with Monique about money in versus principalities and standing on principles and stuff like that. Everything's not about money. I mean, I know you got a lot of it, but you can't. What's the goal, to be the richest man? And what's the goal, to be the richest man in the cemetery, or have morals and stand on something right there? Steve Jobs talked about that. The goal is not to be the richest man in the cemetery. So you got to have goals. You got to stand on something or fall for anything, man. You talking about your kids, your reputation, and your legacy. So you saying, so yeah, you can't even hire Steve Harvey for $10,000. Okay, that's cool. So you saying that for whatever amount of money they can come up with that you're negotiable with, you'll do it? Stupidest shit I've ever heard, man. Okay, how about just hire the right people to do the job? Uh, what is the cues dominating the airways? That's stupid. I mean, just hire the right people to do the job, man. I mean, I know frat brothers, fraternities, stuff like that, but it's just like, policing. If we hire someone because of a frat, they may not even be a good cop. They may not be a good cop. They may have low standards, something like that. You hiring people off of your fraternity shit, man. Just hire the best person for the job. This is why we always in the situations that we're in right now. And this is the reason why I disagree with Kamala Harris being running for president right now, because we always want to half cut things, half short them, and take the easiest, lowest hanging path of resistance way to it out. And this ain't one of those situations. And there you have it, right there. You're gonna ask soft ass questions. You're gonna lob the basketball so she can slam dunk it. All this other shit. Are you gonna lob the basketball when she's in Russia negotiating with Putin? Are you gonna ask her soft hand questions when she's got to determine whether we go to a nuclear fucking war or not? This is the stupid shit I'm talking about right here. And I like Steve Harvey. I like DL. But the truth is the fucking truth. Now you getting everybody all voted up to vote for this damn woman, and she can't even handle a damn Steve Harvey show because you asking her soft ass questions. What kind of fucking president is she going to be? That's what I want to know. This ain't the time to pity pat around and bullshit around and all this other stuff. Yeah, black woman, black first female, all that other stuff. Yeah, I get it. I will be proud of that too, and I am proud of that. But it's got to be the right one, and it can't be we just pushing her in there. So that's that fraternity order, brother shit, all that other stupid shit. She's going to be the president of the United States, representing the United States of America. You want to ask her soft ass questions, bring her on your show, and just go by just to get by. This is the dumbass shit that they've been talking about for so fucking long. This is why we always behind as a people, as black people. We always fucking behind the ball on everything. Everybody looks at the running fucking joke in the butt of everything. Why don't you just break out some fucking Kentucky Fried Chicken, Steve, and have her on your show and y'all lick y'all greasy Kentucky Fried Chicken licking fingers and not ask her any questions? Who gives a fuck if she's qualified or not? Who gives a fuck if she knows about any political debates, any type of border patrol, any type of anything, balancing budgets, the deficit, anything like that, healthcare reform, anything like that? Just fuck it. Just let her just glide on through. Fuck it, we gonna make it. But hey, we gonna have the first African American female president. Yeah, bullshit. they don't have to work for the black vote because they got people that have platforms like Steve, D.L. Hughley, and all the rest of them that's making it easy for them. So they say, yeah, get these niggas in line. Get these niggas in line. Let them all vote for Kamala Harris. Yeah. She's the lowest picking of the fruit, and get your people in line. And that's the reason why I said what I said, and I don't give a damn. I stand 10 toes down with what I said on News Nation. She was a weak pick. She's the lowest hanging fruit. Find someone else. Find another black female. I don't care. But the person that we have in that position has got to be a person of power and about her business. She had 4 years with Joe Biden. She ain't did shit. Joe didn't do shit for 4 years. But now you want us, because she's black today, now, because she was Indian before, now you want us just to accept her and swallow it like trout because Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, or Ricky Smiley say so? We're not fucking stupid as black people. And you can't shame me into doing that. You can't question my blackness because I say no to Kamala Harris. That ain't gonna happen. Most black people, we over this shit. We've been lied to for far too long. We've been played with for far too long, and we're just over this shit. They're younger, smarter, quicker. This ain't the 50s. This ain't the 60s no more. Where we shall overcome all that other, yeah. No. Different black folk. Different time. Only thing I'm gonna say, stop the man when he lying. I'm just gonna say, stop Malcolm X when he lying. So I just want to say this. Of course, Brown is right. We did it with Obama. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did it too with Obama. I went down, and cause he was black, I didn't give a damn about his policies. I ain't researched nothing about the man. I ain't did nothing. I just knew he was a brother running, and I had to have his back. And what did that yield us? Shit. Nothing. A bunch of false promises, broken promises, nothing. So no, I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing it again. I'm going to play you a quick thing of my
Be taken like a freaking joke to the rest of the
Daryll,
world.
thank you for that.
All right, Daryll, thank you for
Rhonda,
that.
I'll turn to you next.
Rhonda, I'll turn to you
So
next.
I'm curious.
So
do you
I'm
think
curious.
there is a
Do you
VP
think there is a VP
pick
pick
that may work
to
counteract
some of that messaging? Who do you believe would be the
So before I do that here, I want to reverse something real quick here because I want to go back to the beginning real quick. And I'm going to skip a little bit so we're not here all day, but just bear with me here. This is my news interview on News Nation and what I said when they first announced Kamala Harris as running for president when Joe stepped down. Hold on.
Well, at any moment now, and this time tomorrow, now below 1%, a big difference from the lead he had over President Biden. That was just a few weeks ago. To discuss where the race stands, we are joined by our panel of undecided voters: Democrat Rhonda Fulgenetti, Republican Mitch Robson, and Independent Daryll Triplett. Wonderful to have you all. Thank you for being here. Daryll, I'd like to start with you. In your view, which potential VP pick would add the most momentum, do you think, to the Harris ticket? Who would earn your vote?
At this point, on the Harris ticket, with the things that's been going on, her campaign to me looks like a bunch of buffoons, and I'm very serious when I say that. Well, when you're talking about Kamala's staff and the Democratic Party, even with
y'all went in on me when I called them a bunch of damn buffoons. But that's what I meant, a bunch of damn buffoons. That's what they look like to me when I seen all that crap, when they brought all this stuff out and all this other stuff, a bunch of damn buffoons. 10 toes down on it. Yes, 10 toes down. I said buffoons. Yes, I did.
With her, to me as a citizen, it just seems to be a very lazy pick, like low-hanging fruit. And that's why a lot of people are, in my opinion, are leaving the Democratic Party and exploring other things. And at this point, with me, I mean, they could have picked anybody for a presidential candidate. They could have picked Miss Rachel with a running mate of Dorothy the dinosaur from the Wiggles, for all I care. At this point, like I said, the way that they did with,
I think they would have done better. Dorothy the dinosaur and Miss Dorothy would have did much better than the damn picks that we got right now. Miss Rachel and Dorothy the damn dinosaur. I'd vote for them. Miss Rachel for president, Dorothy dinosaur for vice president. That's right, I said it.
The whole Megan Thee Stallion thing coming out on the campaign trail, and just the whole buffoonery stuff with that. And I'm not saying that the entertainers are doing their jobs. Okay, it's the pick of her campaign staff, which allowed all this to go on, is a clear picture to me that, hey, you're missing the boat if you're trying to appeal to the black vote.
So to me, it's only my opinion. When she picked Megan Thee Stallion to come out, or whoever the frick picked Megan Thee Stallion to come out, listen, that is indicative of a racist white person saying, let's see, we need the black vote. Now, what can we do to get the black vote? Those darkies, they like that big butt man to get Megan Thee Stallion. Oh, get her out there and shake and jive that big booty all over the place. Now, go on and get her and bring her on there and let her shake her ass for everybody. That's exactly how I felt about that. But what you're missing the point is that most African Americans, listen, when you're talking about a presidential election, I'm going to go on line to say it's freaking inappropriate. You're dehumanizing women. Our black daughters and sons are watching this on national TV, and the whole world is watching. And this is what you think appeals to black people, Kamala? And you're supposed to be black? Either you're black and ghetto, which we don't need, or you're black and claim to be Indian and have no idea what black people want, but what you want the black vote, which we don't need either. So which one is it? That's not how you appeal to black people. 10 toes down on that too.
vote. That is not the way to do it. And, I think it's dehumanizing to women. I think it's dehumanizing to people of color that her campaign picked that there. And I'm just very, very, very disappointed with her, just the way that she came out with the whole thing. So right now with Kamala Harris, I am just not feeling this here. I mean, it's just if I was her, I would fire my whole campaign staff and start all over. And we need a president that's going to address the serious issues of the country today and really address our concerns.
Daryll, what was the move that made you feel the most that way as you watched her campaign unfold, as you watched some of these announcements? Was there a single moment where something went off in your head and you said, enough's enough?
The booty clapping from Megan Thee Stallion, and it was just the rappers that was on there that, and I think that, yes, that is their job to do that. And I'm not upset with Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not upset with any of the rappers. What I'm upset with is Harris's choice. If you're making a choice like this, you're already the vice president of the United States and you're running for the highest office of the land and you're making ridiculous choices like this, then what is to come in the future? And if you say you didn't know that they were going to be on there, which I wouldn't believe that, then you're incompetent then. So again, it takes us right back to the thing is we need a president who is serious about this country, who's going to address the concerns of the people of this country and not be taken like a freaking joke to the rest of the world.
All right, Daryll, thank you for that. Rhonda, I'll turn.
And I meant every word, and I mean every word, what I said right there. I meant every word, what I said right there. And my girl Rhonda, so I'm going to let you hear what she says, and then I'll comment on that also.
Next. So I'm curious, do you think there is a VP pick that may work to counteract some of that messaging? Who do you believe would be the strongest pick and may work to earn your vote?
Hi, good morning, Kelly. How are you? Hi, gentlemen. I really am hoping and rooting that tomorrow in Philadelphia we have Josh Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania, on the ticket. I unfortunately disagree with our co-panelists here. I don't think anybody's doing anything buffoonery. I really think that at this point in time, both sides are trying to do the best they can to put their best foot forward. And the question is, do you like...
If that's the best foot forward for Kamala, we're in trouble. It's still a no. If that's the best foot forward for Kamala, it's still a no. And really, I don't expect Rhonda to understand what I'm saying.
They're presenting, right? And I think on the Democratic side, I think if Kelly gets picked, I mean, these aren't like little candidates. These aren't small people. Kelly is literally an American hero and has done so much for this country with him and his wife. It's actually offensive to hear that pick would not be a good pick for this country. In addition to that, you have Josh, who has done so much for the state of Pennsylvania. I am from the Philadelphia area. I know what he's done for the state, and I know how hard he can campaign. So I really believe that either one of those choices in my book would propel the Harris campaign to where they need to go, and we could address the issues we wanted to address. My biggest concern about Josh is probably, we have a very big divide right now between the Palestinian contingent and the Jewish contingent. And how does his religion and his faith factor into that? Should it even factor into that? But unfortunately, we need to discuss it. But just bringing it back home to you, I really think that out of the candidates that are remaining left, the viable candidates, we have two really strong men who have been devoted to the country for a very long time. And you contrast that with J.D. Vance, who is calling women who can have children or women who choose to not have children cat ladies. I think if there's buffoonery going on, it's on the other side right now. And as an undecided voter, it's very, very hard to weed through how both sides can't get this right. How do we not have this right at this point in the campaign? It's actually ridiculous to think about what's gone on in the last month. I mean, I'm glad that the Democratic ticket kind of cleaned up the ticket, but on the Republican side, pick Nikki Haley, pick Ron DeSantis, pick somebody that can give that ticket more credibility than J.D. Vance.
How much, Rhonda, would you say her VP pick, because it sounds like While you may be undecided, you have strong feelings about what's happening during these campaigns. I think most of America does. Actually, I'm very impressed that we have 3 undecided voters at this point, because this is exactly who both candidates want to talk to. So it's fascinating to pick your brains. Ronna, would there be a VP choice who you would say on the table now for Harris that you would say, if she goes this way, I'm going to support the other side?
I would have to say Kelly. I just think Kelly is just like really what he's done for the country and what he puts forward would probably, swing me that way. Having said that, I love Josh Shapiro. I think he would be a good candidate as well. But if you take a look at Kelly, his record, his demeanor, for all that's holy, I really think we need somebody who has some calmness in this campaign. I think the country needs that. And I think Kelly could give us that. And his life experience and what he's been through and what his wife has been through.
Did she say for all that's holy? Wow.
Just adds to his credibility and adds to the commitment he has. I mean, after Trump's assassination attempt, you would think that maybe Kelly would be afraid to do this. And after what his wife went through, you'd be afraid that that.
How about you would think, Rhonda, that Trump would be afraid to do this? Kelly didn't get almost assassinated. I get it with his family, but he wasn't the one that was almost assassinated. You would think Trump would be the one that would be scared to do this. What are you talking about? It's crazy.
Family would not want to give back to the country in this way. But the fact that he's willing to do it, I think will sway people across the aisle like me who are undecided, like all across the country. I think he could make a difference.
So we've talked a lot about the left. Mitch, I'm excited to pick your brain and get your perspective on all of this. Do you think the former president going after the Harris campaign, going after some in his own party, is the most effective way to reach out to voters like you? If so, or if not, what would you suggest to his campaign at this hour?
So I would suggest that he go after her campaign. This is politics. This is a presidential race. I just think he needs to go about it in a more tactful way. He's spent a lot of time in the last, week or so, kind of targeting her identity, whether she's Indian American or whether she's Black. And it just doesn't seem to be an effective strategy, I think.
Well, she's targeted that. She said that. And see, that's the problem that I have. Don't mix words. She said when she was elected, she was the first Indian. Now all of a sudden she's running for president. Now she's black back again. Now they're still both people of color. But let's not mix words either. And then let's definitely not do quote unquote black stereotype of stuff to get black people involved. That's what I'm saying. That is about as stupid as doing Indian stuff if you're running for Indian conservation somewhere to get Indian people involved. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. Has no place.
I think a way better strategy would just be attacking her plainly, simply on her record of radicalism in the Senate, on her record of radicalism as the vice president, whether it's her support for Medicare for all, Green New Deal, her record in crime, her record as the border czar, as the VP. I mean, Trump has the luxury, I think, in this election cycle of being able to appeal to the median voter in saying, you're with me on these issues more than you're with her. Not every election cycle does the Republican have the ability to do that. Oftentimes the median voter just ideologically is going to agree more with the Democrat. But Trump, not in every issue, but in aggregate, Trump has her beat on the issues in terms of what voters care about, immigration, the economy. So if he just sticks to that and demonstrates Kamala Harris's record of radicalism, all of her conversations about equity that she constantly promotes, I think that's going to resonate with voters a lot more than, unfocused attacks about her identity, her background. So he should be going on offense, just not in this way.
And that's very interesting. So it sounds to me, and I see Daryll nodding at all of this. This is fascinating. When you say that, Mitch, when you say that he is winning on all of these issues, and I apologize, we're a bit short on time, why are you still saying that you're an undecided voter if you feel like he is the clear winner on the issues? Is it style points that make you fearful of voting for Donald Trump to be the next president of the United States? And if so, what concerns you the most about him holding that high office once again?
I guess I'm mainly concerned that while I do think he has her beat on a lot of the core issues, I'm mainly concerned that he's going to be a repeat of his first term when it comes to issues like the national debt, when it comes to spending. I do want to see
We've had a national debt problem since the beginning of time, Mitch. I don't know what to tell you. Don't know where you've been. We've had a national debt problem since the beginning of time. So, I mean, I don't know what that's about.
President who is genuinely governing with a conservative agenda when it comes to the budget, when it comes to trying to address the national debt. And I think...
Listen, rental prices in the United States is so out of control right now. My daughter's looking for a spot. It's $2,000, $2,500 for a one-bedroom. It's out of control right now. Crime is out of control. The borders are out of control. You can't even go to an ATM without even being scared you're going to be knocked over the head. It's all out of control right now. It's all out of control right now.
Trump did not show that he is capable through one term of doing that. I am optimistic that maybe if he surrounds himself with better people, he can do better, but I'm not optimistic about that.
Daryll, I'm going to give you final thoughts here. We only have about a minute left. What do you make of what Mitch just said? I see you nodding. I see you reacting to it. What are your thoughts?
Well, to me, we've always had a deficit problem since the beginning of time. I don't know if Kamala is Monday through Wednesday she's Indian or Thursday through Sunday she's Black. I don't care anything like that. What I care about is the person who is our commander in chief looking out for the United States of America, looking out for the little man and being fair and equal across the board. And I do not think that, and I'm sorry, I have to be honest, I do not think Kamala Harris is it. I think that the Democratic Party looked at it and said, oh, there's a Black woman, let's throw her in because I think she's the only one that could be able to possibly beat Trump, and then not looking at it as, would she be a good fit for the people, the taxpayers of the United States of America? Yeah, there is some room for Trump to improve on, absolutely. But in whole, as being an undecided voter, I could tell you right now, she doesn't have my vote yet. And I don't know that she will.
Oh, these conversations are so eye-opening. I wish we had more time. Rhonda, Mitch, Daryll, thank you all for joining us. We hope to.
So there you have it, folks. That was my thing. I'm standing 10 toes down on it. If you don't like it, that's my opinion. And I've always told my kids, stand for something or fall for anything. And I'm not saying that to vote for Trump or to vote for Harris, Republican, Democrat. What I'm saying is to vote and vote your own conscience. Don't vote just because mama's been a Democrat for forever. Her mama was a Democrat. Her mama was a Democrat. Her great-grandmother was a Democrat. Their great-grandmother on her cousin's side was a Democrat, and I'm just going to vote Democrat. It doesn't work that way anymore. You have to vote your conscience. You have to vote for the issues that align with you. And I think that a lot of people are seeing that now, because you're seeing a big flip-flop. You're seeing Republicans go to the Democratic side. You're seeing Democrats go to the Republican side. And people are saying, okay, fine, You want to be the president, the commander in chief. What are you going to do for me? How am I going to benefit from this right here? And I think that's a fair question to ask as a citizen of the United States. We have to get tough on crime. We have to get tough on immigration statuses. We have to get tough on voting rights. We have to get tough on police reform. There are some things that we're missing the boat on that we have to do. It is senseless for these cops to keep getting killed like they are in the line of duty. Yes, it is an inherent dangerous job, and yes, we understand that does happen. But there has to be severe and swift consequences for that when it does happen. The social media that's plaguing our law enforcement right now and making these cops scared to do their job and stuff like that. There has to be legislation that is put into place to where when a cop does his job right and is just not a popular outcome, that you can't prosecute this guy for it just because it's social media unfriendly. Policing is not a social media job. And yes, God bless you. Let the public have their opinion. God bless you. Let them have their opinion. But for God's sakes, you can't have these guys going to prison because of what social media says. We can't let that influence us. What we have to do is let the law take its place. Let our judicial system work. Work fairly. Work equally for everyone. We have a system in place. Is it perfect? No. But it's the best system that we got, and it's better than most. So yes, vote your conscience. I'm going to get off my soapbox here, but vote your conscience. And don't let nobody freaking silence you. You have a vote. You have a right. Get off your lazy ass and go vote. Enough with the excuses. My vote ain't going to matter. Yes, it does. Your vote does matter. Go vote. Whichever way it is, go vote. If not, then shut the hell up. Just shut the hell up. Nobody cares what you got to say if you're not voting and participating in a free democratic or a free democracy like this. So just shut up about it and just go ahead and just walk with your head down and don't say anything else. But you've got to exercise your right to vote. If something's not right, you've got to be able to exercise your right to voice your opinion and know that that's your opinion. What opinion that you may have about Trump or Kamala or whoever it may be in the future, me, whatever, that is your opinion. And I respect it. That doesn't mean I hate you. I want to kill you or something like that. Hell no. That just means we simply have a difference of opinion. And that's okay. We're allowed to have a difference of opinion. But anyway, I had to address that because I was not feeling Steve Harvey on that, on the comments that he made. And I didn't see Daryll Hughley or Ricky Smiley's, but they said he was on there crying stuff. I just, come on, man, it is what it is. And you can't just vote for someone because they're the first black female, or they've got to. This is not dog catcher of the year. This is not working at McDonald's. This is not a Starbucks job. This is the president of the United States, someone who's going to have the power to launch nuclear missiles across the sea. Or do they have common sense to know that when nuclear missiles are being launched at us, what to do? So those are the things that we got to think about, folks. And I hope that each of you do. I hope that you all take it seriously. And I hope that each of you get out to vote, period, point blank. I'm your boy, Daryll Triplett, over and out. Peace. Thanks.